Alright, so this episode of My Hero Academia, episode 5, hopefully that's what it was. This episode was it was crazy. It was crazy. I loved it. I love seeing different heroes. Like I said in past videos, I love seeing different heroes and them using their quirks, and it's not always about the main cast. I love it. And before I get into this video, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn on notifications, be sure to join my links down there in the description. I greatly appreciate it. Join the Discord, and be sure to follow my links. I probably said that already, but be sure to do that. And let's go ahead and drop the beat. So this episode of My Hero Academia was nice. I loved it. It was all about some of that action that I love. I love action. If you want to see an action video, or not action video, an action episode, definitely check out this episode that just came out. You'll like it. I'm just saying, you will like this episode. Now, as when we start off to this episode, we kind of start off from the past episode of what's his name, Midoriya, Deku, and Todoroki facing off. And oh man, Todoroki is something else. Todoroki is, I would say, he's up there. He's a top hero or a top student of this class, because he is, I love his ice ability. Like, his ice ability just causes so many problems for people, and it's really nice how he uses it and how smart he is, and him using tactic, the people that he chose on his team, how he uses their abilities to get ahead, to go out to Midoriya. I love that, because this episode started off with him being, using strategy, using the electric dude on his team to paralyze everybody, and then he uses the ice to freeze them while they're paralyzed, because he remember in the past course, the last course they took, that even though if you freeze everybody, some people can get away from that. So he uses this, you got smart with it, and stabilize them with electricity, and then he used the ice ability to freeze them to guarantee nobody will get in his way. And I love that. Then he uses the the other girl to block, use her shield, creation girl, that's what I'm gonna call it, the creation girl, because she creates different weapons, to create a shield, as you can say, a blanket, electric blanket, to counteract the electricity, so they won't get electric. So that was pretty nice. And then of course the speed guy in front to catch up with everybody. So I love that episode. And Lydia, oh my lord, Lydia, I think that's his name, Lydia, whatever his name is, the leg speed turbo guy. This guy right here is on some, I love him. I love that he showed a new ability that he has, which is like a booster speed, where he goes super fast. He went so fast that it caught Midoriya off guard, and Todoroki was able to grab the headband with the 10 million points, and it threw him off, it threw the whole team off, it threw everybody off, because he was the only one that had this, well, he the only one that he didn't show nobody his ability. Basically, he showed nobody his ability, and this was the time to show it, I guess, in front of everybody, and it worked perfectly. I loved that. It was nice. I love when it's showing different people growing in their abilities, and not being in that same spot. As you could say, people are getting better, becoming heroes, which is why it's called My Hero Academia. School, my hero being heroes, and academia being in school. I love it. It's not just about them being heroes and knowing that they could be heroes, or just choosing it. You gotta have that smarts and ability to grow while being here, and I loved it, because everybody showed that. Now it showed some of the good things, some of the bad things of the students, which is why they're in school. And one of the things that you could say was bad was Bakuro. He has a anger problem. When his headband got taken, he went straight savage. He didn't care, but he didn't go straight savage into not caring, as in like him doing things on his own. He actually used his his team that he has to get the headband, and that was pretty smart. Like, it's showing Bakuro actually growing also. Like, yeah, he's a hothead, he get mad too much, he that's his downfall, but he is I guess you could say, learning from that and using strategy. He's learning to use strategy and to use what he has, which is what's on his team, to get the headband back, which he used to get the headband back. He got his headband, or he got a headband. I don't know if he got his, and they was up. They be able to get top 4 because the top 4 teams are the ones that move on to the next round. So he was able to get up there in that top 4 seeded area, which I love Bakudo. He's nice. I love even though he has an anger problem, I just love him as a character because he has so much pride in himself to be number 1 that he will basically do anything. He will rush in. He'll freaking it's freaking awesome. I love Bakudo. And Todoroki. Oh man, Todoroki. We can tell that he has some type of problem with his father, because like he said before, he will never use his left hand in the battle. I think that's his left hand, which is the fire. He will never use his left hand in the battle. And in this episode, Midoriya actually got him to use his left hand, which is the fire, because Midoriya, after getting his headband taken, Midoriya, rushed in, used his power, and I guess you could say tested it out, because he was testing it out to use his power without hitting anybody. He didn't want to hit him because he can't control it in a sense. So this was a good way for him to use it, and he didn't hit him. He just brushed the fire off his arm, because Todoroki was using that arm to block his hand or punching or grab, whatever he was doing, to kind of block it, because it threw him off guard, and he just reacted to using that arm, and he just brushed the fire off his arm, which took him off guard, flinged his arm in the air, and Midoriya was able to grab a headband, or a band in general. He thought it was his 10 million points, but it was actually like 70 points, so he wasn't able to get up there at the top 4 until we found out that I forgot the darkness guy. I only know his name. The darkness guy with the bird head. He actually used that opportunity to grab another headband off of Todoroki, which was enough points for them to get top 4, which was clutch. I love that. That happened. That was clutch. That was clutch, because I was scared that Midoriya wasn't going to be able to get into the top 4, but with this, it got him up there, and I love that. It was teamwork. This whole thing was about teamwork, and I love that teamwork aspect of it, because it's not just about the core 3, you could say, of Bakudo, Todoroki, and Midoriya. It showed other heroes on the team growing and using their abilities, and growing as students. It really showed that, and I really loved it. And man, this episode was just great. I loved it. It showed abilities that people have and the good things about them, and then also show the bad things of their downfall, what breaks them down and keeps them from being that top up there. Like Todoroki, he has this problem with his father, which is why he never uses his left hand, which Midoriya made him use his left hand in here. So if Todoroki actually uses his left hand and his right hand, he could be a great opponent, which is probably what his father wants him to be. But Todoroki just has that pride against his father, that he doesn't want to use his left hand, which is fire. So I'm guessing that is the reason why he uses his left hand. I guess we'll find out later on in the coming episodes. And then Bakuno, him being a hothead in general, he's just a hothead, but there's good things about it and there's bad things about it, because being a hothead, kind of being a hothead, you're typical when you're a hothead, but then it showed that even though he was a hothead, he was able to use a little bit of strategy to get the headbands, to be able to get top 4 from the dude with the copy quirk. And then Midoriya, him holding back because he doesn't want to hurt anybody because of his all might power, which he can't control that well. But this episode showed that he controlled it, because his arm didn't get broken as he used the hand to wipe the fire away from Todoroki. So it's showing that he is controlling in the sense of getting better, that his arm didn't get breaking, but actually he didn't punch nobody. So we'll just have to see if he actually can control that power. Hopefully he can. But this episode was really nice. You'll definitely enjoy it. It was chaos, it was war, it was fighting, it was strategy, it was awesome. I loved it. If you want to see something like this with other people showing quirks and showing their powers, definitely watch this episode. It's really awesome. And the next week's episode is actually going to be, I guess you could say, a slower episode because there's an hour break in Endeavor and All Might. Hopefully they talk, but I'm guessing Endeavor probably don't even give a doggone care about All Might because Endeavor just straight up looked at him with straight madness, like he was mad at him. So I wonder what's going on between their relationship with All Might and Endeavor. But you know, next week's episode is it's gonna be pretty cool. I guess you could say it's gonna be a lot of, I guess you could say, student person development, story development of getting into characters and knowing what they think. So it's gonna be like probably a slower episode, not actiony, but it's gonna be a growing student storytelling episode, which I love also. So, you know, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn on notifications, and join my links down in the description. I greatly appreciate it. This episode was fire. I loved it. Fire Endeavor. But I'll see y'all in the next one. #PrimalPack. Peace.